Are you trying to figure out what SEO keywords your website is already ranking for on Google? Well, if that's the case, you have made it to the right video. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new around here, I'm Mariah from MariahMagazine.com, and on this channel, I help simplify things like SEO, websites, tech, and I dive into tools and recommendations to help you grow your online business in a way that works for you. So in today's video, we're going to hop into a screen share, and I'm going to show you how you can use a free tool and also a paid tool to help you figure out what keywords Google is already associating with your website and what position you are in organic search results for those keywords. Okay, so let's just get into it. Okay, so the first tool that we are going to dive into is a free tool, Google Search Counsel. It's a free tool created by Google to help us website owners better understand how Google sees our websites, including what keywords Google is already associating with our websites and what the average ranking position is for that specific keyword. So a lot of people think that in order to find out what keywords Google is already associating with your website, that you have to pay for an expensive SEO tool. You don't have to. You just have to set up Google Search Counsel. But SEO tools do have their benefits, in which I'm going to show you a little bit later in this video. So really quick, make sure that you are signed into the correct Google account up here, and then also make sure that you are looking at the correct property. So if you only have one website, then that shouldn't be a problem. But I have access to quite a few websites, so I have to make sure that I'm looking at the right property. So essentially what we're going to do is click over here in the left-hand menu, click Performance, and then you're going to see some options up here. So you can choose the search type in which you want to look at data. We're going to keep it on web. And then you can choose which time frame you want to look at this data. So I think by default, it's the last 3 months, but you can come in here and you can change it. You can add a custom date and you can compare data. Okay, so essentially if you want to see how your SEO keywords like rankings are doing over a period of time, you would come in here and use this compare tool. If you don't like the compare tool because it can get a little overwhelming, then what you can do is you can like manually track this stuff. So go ahead and look at maybe your top 10 keywords or your priority keywords or something like that, and then just track your stuff in a spreadsheet, especially if you don't want to pay for an SEO tool that will do your rank tracking for you. Okay, so there is a couple options here. I just know that like using the compare tool in Google Search Counsel, it can get a little overwhelming with all of the data. But essentially, we're going to cancel out of here. And then you'll see right off the bat, total clicks and total impressions are both clicked, but in order to see your average CTR, which is your average click-through rate or your average position, you have to go ahead and click those. So notice that the corresponding lines show up in the graph here. And then if we scroll down, the corresponding columns show up in this table here. So if we uncheck them, you'll notice that the columns disappear. So the total clicks is clicks that are happening from Google web search results over to your website within the given time frame. The total impressions are how many eyeballs have basically seen your website or seen a certain page or seen your stuff in Google search results. So this number is always going to be higher than this number here. And then we do a little bit of math and we end up getting the average click-through rate based on these numbers. And then this is the average position. So don't hyperfixate on this because it's not telling the whole story, and it's taking into account like all of these keywords that you're being found for when maybe they're not even the priority keywords that you want to be found for, or maybe they're brand new keywords that we haven't even done some SEO strategy for yet. Okay, so pay attention to the average position on a keyword by keyword basis. Hopefully that makes sense. But basically, when we come down here, we'll see queries. Queries are essentially just keywords. So we can see the keyword here and then the corresponding data on a keyword by keyword basis. Okay, so notice that there's a decimal point here, 2.8. There isn't decimal placements in organic search results, but this is an average position of where this website is showing up in Google search for this specific keyword. And the reason why this is an average is because your position will fluctuate depending on different factors. So depending on the user's search history, depending on the user's location or where they're searching from. So like you might be showing up in position 1 for some people and in position 3 for other people. That's why there's an average on the keyword by keyword basis. So hopefully that makes sense too. But essentially what we can do is you can scroll and take a look at these and go into a little bit of a rabbit hole. But essentially the lower the number, the better here. Okay. So if you're seeing, let's just go to the next page. If you're seeing position 11.6, this means that technically this keyword, you're being found on page 2 on average, because there's usually around 10 organic search results per page. Now the pages look a little bit different with the continuous scrolling that Google updated, but I just wanted to give that context in case if you're looking at this data and you're like, what the heck do these numbers mean? So the closer we are to 1, the higher up in search results we are, closer to the top. So the goal is, especially with our priority keywords, is to try to be found definitely on page 1, so the top 10 positions, but for sure within the top 3 and try to get to position 1, depending on what you're doing. Okay, so we can go ahead and click on these queries or click on these keywords, and then we can click over here to pages and you can see what pages are being associated with this specific keyword. And then you'll be able to see the corresponding data on the page by page basis. So it's this page that's showing up higher in search results for this keyword versus the other pages here. So that's really interesting to be able to take a look at. And then we can close out of this here and we can take a look at this data just like that, but in reverse. So you can take a look at pages, click on a page, and then you'll be able to see the corresponding keywords that are associated with that specific page. Okay, so hopefully that's helpful. That's essentially how you can use Google Search Console in order to check in on your SEO rankings. I'm interrupting this video really quick because I created something super awesome and I want to share it with you. So if you need help planning out your SEO keywords for your blog posts, for your product pages, for your homepage, for any page on your website, then definitely check out my SEO Keyword Planner. It's a 5-page editable workbook created in Google Sheets that will help you brainstorm, organize data, and strategize your keywords accordingly. I include tips, best practices, and examples to help you get started. Click the link in the video description below to check it out. But then I wanted to show you how a paid SEO tool looks. So SEMrush is my SEO tool of choice. It's the tool that I use and love with clients and my own projects and stuff like that. But there are other options like Moz, like Ahrefs. You can explore whichever SEO tool you want, if you even want to explore one of these. You can hang out with Google Search Console and hang out with this data all day long if you feel good about it. If you want to utilize a paid SEO tool, they definitely have their benefits. So I am using the pro version of SEMrush. If you want to get a free 14-day trial of the SEMrush Pro version, I left the link in the video description box below. Just a heads up, it is an affiliate link, but I'm only an affiliate because I literally am obsessed with them. And then another heads up, in order to get the free trial, you do have to add your credit card information. So if you don't feel good about that, then by all means, you don't have to. I'm pretty sure that SEMrush does have a free version. It's just kind of a little bit hidden. So if you can find that, I think you can go ahead and you can use this tool. You're just going to be really limited in terms of the amount of data that you can see. But also don't hold me to that. I don't use a free version, so I'm not sure what their parameters are and if it's even still available, but you might be able to find it. So essentially, if you do want to use SEMrush or you want to use a tool like this, you can do the domain overview, but we're going to go to organic research search here. We're going to pop the domain name in here and then click search. Once you do that, now obviously the dashboard might be a little different depending on the tool that you're using, but we can take a look at like an overview of our traffic. So this is the amount of keywords that this website is being found for. This is the amount of traffic that these keywords are generating. This is the amount of traffic costs. So if I was to pay for this traffic with Google Ads, this is roughly how much I would spend monthly. And then we have branded traffic. So how many people are typing in branded keywords? So for this one, it would be Create It Collective is the brand name. So there is no brand awareness. This is like a super old blog of mine. There is no brand awareness around this brand. So this does not surprise me. But the non-branded traffic is like, when are we showing up in Google search results before people realize that we're the solution to the problem? So this is non-branded traffic, traffic that doesn't have our brand name or our business name associated with it. So then we can see the traffic trend, and you can go ahead and play around and take a look at that data. But basically, we want to be able to see the top keywords. So you can go ahead and click that, scroll down. And now, to be honest, this is why I love SEMrush, is because the data just looks cleaner to me than like hanging out in Google Search Console. But if you want a free version, use Google Search Console. But essentially what we can do is take a look at the keyword. We can see what position this URL is in Google like organic search results. And you can see the amount of traffic that we're getting monthly. And then you just get like really good keyword data specifically. So this keyword is being searched on Google 140 times in the US a month. Okay. And then this KD percentage is keyword difficulty. So it's how difficult it is to rank for this keyword. And then, like I said, this is the URL. So you can take a look, just like a quick scroll through of all of the keywords that this website is being found for. It should like correlate with this data here, but I like how this one looks a little bit better. And you can add these tools like to a master keyword list. You can add these tools and do rank tracking. You can export them into a spreadsheet. You can just do a lot more things when you're using an SEO tool. But I just kind of wanted to go over this and show you the different ways that you can kind of take a look at your SEO ranking data so that you can create an SEO strategy that brings you more traffic organically from Google. So hopefully this video was helpful. If you have any questions or anything, definitely leave me a comment below this video and I'll try to help. So that's it for today's video. If you guys found this video helpful, give me a really quick thumbs up. Truly, the simple thumbs up does go a long way in letting the YouTube algorithm know that this video was helpful and therefore pushing it out to more people that also might find it helpful. And if you're not already subscribed to the channel, what are you doing? Hit that subscribe button, turn on bell notifications, and I will see you in the next video. If you made it to the end of this video and you're just getting started with DIY SEO, but you want some help navigating the process, then definitely consider downloading my free roadmap to successful SEO. The free SEO guide dives into what SEO is, why it's important, and how search engines work, along with my 6-step process to improving your SEO and your rankings. And then finally, I dive into the 3 tasks that you can start doing today to get the results that you want from Google. If you want to go ahead and snag this for yourself, then you can click the link in the video description box below, or you can head over to my website at mariahmagazine.com/roadmap to download your own copy.